Should I do something wrong or am I imagining it? Why did they sound different today? Was that message too dry? Should I have said that differently? Am I bothering them? Should I wait or should I say something? What if I'm not enough? What if they meant something else? Why did I act like that?
Hello there. Sorry, I was just a little caught up in my head. That noise, that chaos you just heard, that's just how my mind sounds 80 to 90% of the time. And today, I want to take you into that place with me, inside the mind of an overthinker. Imagine having someone talking to you constantly. Not a friend, nor an enemy, just this confused narrator you never invited. And no matter where you are or what you're doing, there's always a whole movie playing in the background. That's my everyday reality. Even when I'm listening to someone, I'm doing it with double the effort because my mind is already halfway through 10 other scenarios. And most of these thoughts, they're not kind or comforting. They're just very loud and exhausting. And if you're someone who's ever been told, stop thinking so much, you're overreacting, you're making a big deal out of nothing, then this episode is for you. Because overthinking isn't a choice. We didn't sign up for it. It just appeared one day and it stayed. It stayed loudly. What makes it worse is when people invalidate you so much, you start doubting your own reality. You begin thinking, maybe I am imagining it. Maybe I am the problem. But you're not. Your feelings are real. Your perceptions are shaped by a mind that has been wired to protect you, even if it does it in weird ways. And I'm sorry if anyone ever made you feel like your mind was a burden. It shows up in tiny everyday moments, like someone not texting back. A normal person thinks they're probably busy. I think I must have ruined something. Someone's energy shifts. Most people just assume they're tired. I assume I messed up again. My mind is like a glass. It's very fragile, loud, and easily cracked. Even when I'm in a room full of people, I'm not fully there. I'm replaying every conversation, every mistake, every possibility where somehow I always end up as a villain. It's not daydreaming I'm talking about, it's spiraling. And I won't lie, overthinking has cost me a lot of friendships. Not because I didn't care enough, but because I cared too carefully, too intensely. I would analyze every silence, every pause, every micro change in energy. I would assume distance meant disappointment, or when they withdraw from me, it just meant I had done something wrong. And when you start apologizing for things you didn't do, explaining feelings no one asked for, and basically over-explaining your entire existence, people get tired. They mistake your fear for drama, your anxiety for accusations. Sometimes they leave, not because the love wasn't enough, but because the noise was too much for them to handle. And losing people this way, it hurts differently. It feels like you're losing a war which you were fighting in your own head. And here's the part people forget. Overthinking isn't always the villain. It has a good side too, a soft side. It's the reason you care deeply. It's the reason you notice things others usually miss. The reason you sense when someone is hurting even before they say even a word. Overthinkers make the best listeners, the most thoughtful friends, the most attentive partners I've seen. We remember birthdays, small preferences, and things people forget even they said. We love with such intensity and awareness. We feel things so deeply. So yes, overthinking has ruined things for me, but it has also made me someone who loves with her whole heart. And there are days where it's quite manageable. Like, it's just like a annoying friend who won't shut up, but you can sort of function around them. But on the extreme days, I feel like the thoughts are pounding through my skull, loud like palpitations before an exam. And in those moments, I don't fight it. I just let it pass. If you felt that intensity, I see you. You are not alone. Overthinkers, we don't fear being alone. We just fear being alone with our thoughts. So we distract ourselves. We study, we scroll, we work, we talk, we binge watch something, anything to avoid silence, because 1 minute of silence can undo an entire day of good memories. And then people call us dramatic for reacting to thoughts they didn't even know we're battling. A couple of weeks ago, I wrote something in my journal that I wanted to share. This is not a weakness, it's just something I wish people talked about more often. I wrote, my mind feels very loud, like a million thoughts running together, and I can't keep up. I've been overthinking every single thing. I'm mentally drained, doubting every word I say, and everything feels like a huge task. I feel like my mind is working against me. This is something I wrote. I'm just sharing this to make you feel a little less alone. And after sharing all this, you might think I have some magical switch that I turn on when things get overwhelming. I don't. None of us do. But here's what I've realized. Even if I can't shut the noise off completely, I can learn how to live with it without, letting it drown me. Not by forcing positivity and pretending everything's fine, but by understanding my patterns and slowly trying to break them. So I want to talk about the things that have actually helped me. There are no quick fixes, just small practices that make the noise a little less loud. Journaling has been my favorite. Definitely, I have to mention it because I am so obsessed with it. Putting thoughts on paper makes them so much more clear and less dramatic. When you put your fears down, your logical brain finally shows up and says, this isn't the whole truth. Sometimes I even say my thoughts out loud because hearing them makes me realize how exaggerated I sound. And instead of forcing myself to just jump from negative to positive, I've learned to move through neutrality, just acknowledging a thought without actually believing it. Just saying this thought is happening, but it's not a fact. This could change a lot of things. I've learned to pause and check the logic, to remind myself that not every silence is rejection. And if someone is upset, they're more than capable of saying it. You don't have to mind read. You don't have to fill in the blanks with your worst case scenario. But the biggest shift for me has been learning to become my own safe person. If my best friend came to me crying because her mind was bullying her, I wouldn't tell her she's dramatic. I'll be gentle and patient. So why not treat yourself the same way? And for the days when your mind wins, because it will, don't fight it. Listen to music. Call someone whom you think will understand. Write your thoughts down. Do not suppress them. Don't, shame yourself for spiraling. And don't expect to fix it all in one day. Because healing isn't about switching off all your thoughts. It's just about teaching your mind a different way to think. Before I end, I want you to hear this very clearly. You are not being too much. You are not hard to love. If people made you feel dramatic or complicated, it's because they can't match the speed of your mind. Your thoughts may be loud, but that doesn't make you difficult. It just makes you human. So we'll navigate through this slowly, just one thought at a time. That is all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in.